This is the Incott G23 Pro. It's a wireless gaming mouse with loaded specs such as PAW3950, 500mAh battery capacity, and supports 8K polling rate. One innovative feature of this gaming mouse are the hot swap switches. But are these features and specifications enough to make you buy this gaming mouse? Let's find out. Just a quick disclaimer, Mech Keys sent this gaming mouse for us to try and experience it. Rest assured that all views and opinions in this video are my own, and this will be an honest review. Opening the box, you'll first see the gaming mouse itself. Underneath the mouse, you'll have some papers, dot skates, extra switches, a switch puller, a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging and wired mode connection, and the 8K dongle receiver. The G23 series comes in two versions, the standard and the Pro. Our unit here is the Pro version, and the main differences between the two versions are the sensor and the 8K dongle. You can check the Mech Keys website for the detailed breakdown between the two versions. And regarding the shape of G23 Pro, it's identical to Logitech G Pro X Superlight. The dimensions are almost the same except for the length. It's a tad longer than Superlight. The rear curvatures of this gaming mouse are not aggressive but can still support my thumb and pinky fingers comfortably. Aside from that, the hump of the mouse is centered but still has good palm support. I think it's because of its width and the arc of its rear end. For my hand size of 18.5 by 9.5 cm, claw grip is the main option for me when using it. Palming it is good too, but it feels heavy when using the fingertip grip style on this gaming mouse, most probably because of its weight. Speaking of weight, the G23 Pro weighs 65 grams on my scale. It's quite heavy and the weight is a bit far from what we see in most gaming mice releases this year. Additionally, the weight distribution of G23 Pro is not balanced. This gaming mouse is front heavy. And the reason for having such weight is its battery. It has 500mAh battery capacity. In my testing, I got 55 hours at 2K polling rate. I wasn't able to consume the fully charged battery, so it means that the battery life can last up to 60 to 70 hours or more at 2K polling rate. But the battery performance can vary depending on the polling rate the mouse is using. As for the charging time, I got 2 hours in my testing. Since I mentioned the polling rate, the G23 Pro supports up to 8K polling rate. In the Pro version, there's only one dongle receiver and you can switch polling rate via the software or using the DPI button. To make it adjust the polling rate, switch the mouse to Hertz mode by using the toggle switch underneath the gaming mouse. Moreover, the Pro version still has a USB dongle compartment even though the receiver is not the USB type. The DPI button serves as the cover, pull it upwards and you'll see the compartment. According to the specification sheet, it has the skin-like coating. It feels creepy and it doesn't feel plastic. At times it becomes slippery, especially if your hand starts to dry or you're playing in a cool environment. And like I said earlier, the sensor is one of the differences between the Pro and the standard version. The G23 Pro has PAW3950 ESC. Basically, this gaming mouse has higher maximum DPI and IPS compared to the standard version, which uses the base variant of PAW3950. So far in my testing, I did not experience sensor-related issues. There were no spinouts, jittering, or such. As for the skates of G23 Pro, it's made from PTFE material. So far, I have no issues encountered when gliding the mouse on my cloth pad. There's no grinding even though there are a lot of components found underneath the gaming mouse. Also, the mouse feet don't need a break-in period and can glide smoothly right away. However, I wasn't able to try it on glass or other types of mouse pad, so my test results might be different on those types of pads. Furthermore, there are free dot skates included in the package which you can use in case you don't like the default ones. Build quality is one of the best features of this gaming mouse. My unit is rock solid and has no creaking, flexing, or any clicking sounds. Here's an example. And regarding its software, I downloaded it on Mech Keys website. The software of Incott G23 Pro is straightforward and easy to understand. The DPI increments can be set by 50s and the lowest value you can set is 50. The debounce time and sleep settings are located inside the chip menu, while the DPI, polling rate, and left of distance are inside the gear menu. You can also set the macros on this gaming mouse. The battery level is also present on the uppermost right part of the software. And lastly, you can set what status the indicator will display. And to discuss the selling point of this gaming mouse, the G23 Pro has hot swap switches. The Wano blue shell pink dots are the default switches installed. And like I said earlier, there are free switches included in the package. One of those is a pair of Wano green shell white dots. Actually, all free switches are from Wano and the free switches are green shell white dots, silent browns, and the black shell blue dots. So far, I have only tested the mouse with one blue shell pink dots. Additionally, the clickers have no grinding when using the mouse. They have very minimal side wobbling too, which is good. Replacing the switches is pretty easy and straightforward. You just need to open the switch compartments at the bottom of the mouse and detach the cables using the switch puller. Once you have detached the cable, pull out the switch from the tray and that's it. You can now swap the switches depending on your preferences. And regarding the side buttons, the placement is good and they are reachable. There's minimal wobbling but it's unnoticeable when using the mouse. However, there's noticeable post travel on both side buttons of my G23 Pro. As for its scroll wheel, it uses TTC Gold dust proof encoder. So far, the scroll wheel is not stiff and it's not hard when pressing it. By the way, here's a quick sound test of the mouse. And regarding its price, you can get the G23 Pro on Mech Keys for $69.99 or around 3,900 pesos. Meanwhile, the standard version is priced at $49.99 or 3,800 pesos. The links to Mech Keys store are provided below. Feel free to check it if you're interested. Overall, the G23 Pro is a solid gaming mouse. The hot-swap switches are really a good feature, especially for the longevity of this gaming mouse. It has a solid build too, as there are no creaking, flexing, or clicking sounds on the body of my unit. Actually, the build quality really feels premium for me. Incott was able to maintain what they did on their G Hero gaming mouse. Although this mouse is priced below 4,000 pesos or below $70, the build quality feels like it's a $100 mouse. And also the shape. The super light shape is well loved as we see it in most gaming mice these days. However, the weight of G23 Pro might be a major concern for some. 65 grams will raise some eyebrows for sure. I think they should have removed the dongle compartment in the Pro version since it doesn't have the 1K dongle receiver. Removing the said compartment can reduce the weight. Also, they should have opted for a smaller battery capacity. 300 mAh is okay and can have a decent battery life. I guess Incott should consider making ultra lightweight gaming mice with the kind of quality they did for the G Hero and the G23 Pro. If the G23 Pro is below 55 grams, for sure this mouse will be a head turner. Nevertheless, it's still a good mouse. If you don't mind the weight, I'll recommend this gaming mouse. But if you do, this mouse is not for you. And that's it guys, we have reached the end part now. Hopefully this video helped you in your purchasing decisions. Till our next, goodbye.